Today's adventure begins by looking out my hotel window down upon Universal Studios Hollywood as the recording of this Friday, February 3rd, 2023. A really good view I've had here in these accommodations over the last series of days. But now it's time to depart Southern California and head to the airport. I'm not flying out of LAX today, I'm flying out of John Wayne, Orange County. So I got a little bit of a commute. Gotta get going. It's about 8:30 a.m. at the moment. I have had some good day and nighttime views of Nintendo World down there that I was able to go to the preview of for annual pass holders. And also at night, and also during the day, this Minion is looking down over the freeway. That thing is big. Also, when I would lay in bed, I would be able to look out the window at the wisdom tree at the top of Griffith Park. It's one lonely tree that's up there that people hike up to. I hiked up to it years and years ago. Also the Globe by City Walk right down there. They've rolled the red carpet out for guests that are going in today. I will not be heading in. Waterworld stage. Of course, Wizarding World Castle right over there. And then off in the distance, something else I did while I was here. Warner Brothers Studios. I did the deluxe tour. And just past that, you can even see ABC right there on the right, that big tall building. And if you look to the far left of the screen, that's the water tower at Disney Studios, Disney Burbank Studios. That water tower was visible from Walt Disney's office. There's photos of him standing right near that water tower. Welcome everyone. Out of the Woo here, behind me is my rental car, right there. Right there, that I'm going to be returning down in Orange County and departing from there. And the reason I'm not flying out of Burbank or LAX is because when I originally planned this month of travel, or late last month into this month, going from Orlando to Orange County with a layover in Houston, that flight did not happen because there were some bad storms. There were even some bad storms, and they also said there was some problems with the aircraft. So I had to book a completely different flight to LAX, change rental cars, but I had already booked the flight from Orange County to where I'm going in Seattle, Tacoma area today. So I have to return this down there, which is totally fine. Even though it's a little bit further, traffic might be kind of bad at this hour. It's just a very peaceful airport and way less stressful than going to Los Angeles International. I'm gonna get going. I'm inviting you to join me. My flight departs at 4 minutes after noon, so 12:04. Let's just call it noon. I gotta get going. Shall you? On the map showing the quickest route drivable wise, exactly 1 hour. So stopping to get gas, well, it just went up to 1 hour and 1 minute. There's other routes too, but yeah, let's go right down the 5 and then kind of veer off. I gotta stop to get fuel as well, so let's call it probably an hour and a half. It's 9 a.m. now, it's 8:57 right now. So I'll be there by 10:30. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. It's pretty much par for the course to have traffic like this in LA. But take a look at the skyline off in the distance. I'm on the 101 now and soon to be on the 5. Of course, when you return a rental car, you always should fill it up. They charge you extra if you don't fill the car up. It's frowned upon if you return it with an empty tank. Piece of cake. Dropping the rental car off here, very easy. Basically in the little basement of the parking area. Well, actually it's just the lower level where the arrivals and departures get dropped off at. And I'm gonna go take the elevator up to my gate. Got the blinking lights here, letting you know that this is a crossing. An enormous amount of bottled water and big tubs of 5-gallon waters. There it comes. Oh, that elevator's open over there. Oh, the door's closed. It's closing. It's closing. It's closing. It's closing. Yeah, it's closed. I just had to press the button again. Departure level number 3. Going up. 1, 2, 1. Oh, Just barely made it. There's like a little countdown going on there. It's like halfway in the road and then it hit 0. 3, 2, 1.
Your attention, please.
I made it across and I'm going in. I am in, where am I? I'm going Delta, so I am in 8. 8. I just love this. So look at the line here. So there's only like maybe, what, 12 or 13 people like in front of me to even show their ID to go in. Yeah, I love this airport. So less stressful. All in all, it didn't take too long to go through. Of course, I did have to remove my shoes, I had to remove my belt, had to remove my hat, had to remove my jacket. All that went in one tray bin. Sometimes this goes directly on the belt, but this had to go in the tray bin also. This had to go not in a tray bin, and this had to go in its own separate tray bin. Each airport is a little bit different. I still haven't got pre-check yet, but it's on my to-do list. One day, not today, but one day I'll do it. Put my shoes back on and I'm gonna find my gate. And looking at the board, it looks like I am going over to gate number 4, the very bottom one there, Seattle Tacoma Delta 2910 1204. Departure to the right, gate number 4. And right past these little neck pillows up there, you'll see kind of like protruding up as a purple wing on a little glider. I was reading the placard on the way in, going through the checkpoint. They said that thing holds the record for the longest flight on a glider, departure and arrival. I think it was like something like 222 miles. You can see the wing kind of peeking up through the top of this little gift shop store right over there. Try to zoom in. So there's the wing. I couldn't get much of it because I was in line to get my bags checked, but yeah. So said the placard. One thing about this airport in comparison to LAX, pretty much everything is in the one little area. So you just go from gate to gate and from airline to airline. I'm flying Delta, but you got some other airlines here, Southwest, you got United Express. Get a little behind the scenes as they are taxiing that out. Actually, they're pulling away the number 8. People just boarded on that. And that express plane is about to go back, so very, very shortly this will push that backwards. The little tugboat thing. So they're closing up the luggage compartment over there. This is gate number 8. I gotta walk down to gate number 4. There's a lot of places to eat in here as well, including a Ruby's Diner. Also a farmer's market here. I'm not gonna be getting anything to eat. I'm actually flying first class today. I got a window seat. I think I'm the last row of that particular section with the window seat. And I believe there's a meal. It's like a 3-hour flight, but I think there's also a meal that is included. So I'm gonna wait and eat and just get a little snack. Get a little snack on there. Although I might end up getting a coffee beforehand. It's only 11 o'clock, so I still got another hour before takeoff. Okay, here it is. Wait a second, look at this, okay. This is what I was discussing earlier. Will's Wing Sport 3. The Sport 3 is the latest refinement in glide. Okay, this is a different placard. This is a different glider. But this one, including more than 5,100 gliders provided by this company. Okay, this is not the record holder. This is just a standard one for the company. The other one was a little more exciting, held the record. Leaving SoCal, going to Washington State, the greater Seattle, Tacoma area. I don't know how much I'm gonna do in Seattle, but I'm flying into Seattle and then probably some Tacoma stuff over the next series of days. And who knows, I might even venture, around to other areas, but saying goodbye for now to California and heading to another state. Had a pretty good little visit here this trip. Oh, here's another one of the, look, there's another glider right there. That's a totally different one. Ooh, let's see what this says. Since I'm on the subject matter, let's see if this is an award-winning historic one. Oh, here we go, look at this. On July 4, 2009, Owen Morse flew this T3 and declared goal out and return world record attempt in Owens Valley. Maybe that's the one. 10+ hour flight covered 232 miles on this very glider. Kind of neat. I wonder what landmarks are in this LA activity book here. Beverly Hills, Elvira Street, a movie premiere in Hollywood, connect the dots. This is kind of cool. Venice Beach. Yeah, all the lights, camera, action. Have a nice little souvenir for someone to have. Looks as if there's only 22 gates in this entire airport with different airlines. And you can even see some of the different restaurants and things that are also through here as well. Of course, I'm going all the way towards the end to gate number 4, shown there, still on time, 12:04, gate 4. Oh, there we go. You are here. I'm right there. So I don't have too much farther to walk. I mean, even if I was all the way on the other end, it's just a nice little convenient stroll. Sometimes advertising really does work. This says grab one here before you board. I'm not going to, but I was almost tempted to just purchase one of these. I wasn't just going to grab it and run off with it, but I was going to, this was like a good marketing. You could just like grab one before you board because I might need. That's actually kind of a neat like retro logo right there. I actually really do like that. Packed kind of light though. My bags are pretty full of items I already got, and then my backpack on also. And I believe right next to this gate, that's number 5, is number 4 right there. You got the Delta, you got the LSG Sky Chef's meals being loaded into there. One of those I'll be consuming shortly. I like how this kind of scissor lifts up. I'm also gonna get a coffee before getting on. I haven't had a coffee yet. I was trying to get moving this morning to get out of the hotel and get down to Orange County. Traffic wasn't too bad. Made it a pretty good distance in like a little over an hour, so not too bad. They're opening the door. Behind the scenes. Door's opening, and they're about to take in the meals, the snacks, the beverages, and all the tasty treats for all the guests that are going to be boarding that plane to Tacoma, Seattle, Tacoma. I think Seattle and Tacoma are like really close to each other, like 30 minutes away, 30 minutes away. And this is exciting. They have the coffee bean and tea leaf, established 1963, all around the U.S., I believe. But a passion for coffee and tea, and the OC vanilla latte achieved. I think of the three places I just mentioned, this is probably the best vanilla latte they have. Joffrey's is good, Starbucks is okay when it comes to the lattes, but this place is definitely, and the OC. You can't forget about and the OC. However, after taking a sip, I just realized this is not a piping hot caffeinated beverage. This is a lukewarm caffeinated beverage. I mean, it's not cold, but it's far from as warm as it should be. But I'm still going to drink. It's fine. But I hate to call it a piping hot caffeinated beverage when it's nowhere near piping hot. It's just kind of like, it's like room temperature. Well, between room temperature and hot. So let's say like lukewarm piping hot. Lukewarm. See, I almost just impulsively want to say piping hot. Lukewarm caffeinated beverage. It's fine though. It's fine. Okay, I decided not to finish it. I drank about maybe a third of it. Got my caffeine on. And about to board. It wasn't worth going back up again and back in line to maybe have them make another one. Not that big of an issue, but I just hyped it up so heavily before I took a sip, and then I was like, well, I don't think this is completely as hot as it's supposed to be. And this is a nice sign compared to the Orlando to here flight. Yeah, this is a nice sign. No delays, no cancellations as of yet. Less than an hour before it departs, and about 30 minutes until boarding begins. Weather looks really good here in Orange County. Now, this is kind of interesting. So my flight is going to Seattle, Tacoma. It is on time, but the ones coming out of Seattle, Tacoma are all delayed. Must be bad weather up there, maybe. Here are current weather conditions at this moment where I'm at. 65 and sunny. And at this very moment in Seattle, Tacoma, wind advisory, rain forecasted throughout the rest of the day. Doesn't look like any thunderstorms though. I mean, it's pretty par for the course for Seattle. You think of Seattle, you think of rain, but hopefully it doesn't make any delays. My seat number is a fun one. I am sitting in 3D. 3D is my seat number. I think it's a window seat, but I wonder if this is going to be in, I mean, I know it's 3D, but will it be in 3D if I look out the window? It'd be pretty cool if it was. Probably not. I wonder if I need 3D glasses. I'm not dropping my luggage off, but they do have a plane side valet also. I was just going to go directly above my head. I never do. I always just do carry on. Whatever the other one is, I don't even do it enough to where I even know what it's called. Check on. I always just do carry on. Alright, pretty decent amount of little leg room here. Got a seat beside me. One thing I'm noticing first and foremost is there's a bottle of water right here.
I have that one on each side.
He's like getting a Coke.
Back in one.
Actually, this is kind of a small plane, because usually when you sit this far up, you don't really see the wing like this. Also, I just learned something from the stewardess. She said that the people with that have the batons that guide the plane in and out are called wing walkers. Wing walkers. I just learned something new. And they brought a Coca-Cola pretty quick.
Have more than one item, which most people do. We do ask that you place at least one item underneath the seat in front of you. Wheels are handled straight to the back of the bin, and flat on its back does help maximize that space. Large electronics do need to be switched off and stowed away.
It's like they're fueling it up down there with some jet fuel for takeoff.
Series. This has a little bit wider seats, screens, and windows, as well as two lavs in the back. One does have a nice port window over the ABC or the AV side of the airplane, and then you've got a nice flight tracker show. You go to My Flight and hit Flight Tracker. It'll give you lots of stats, graphics, and information. We're going to show you some of the safety features of this particular aircraft. Your attention is greatly appreciated. If at any time your video monitor is not working, just let one of our flight attendants know. We'll be turning off the cabin lights after that. You do have a reading light button, a flight attendant call button, which you will not need because we're going to take good care of you, and an airflow vent in that panel above your seat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I like about this airport is because it's like near residential areas, they have to do a really steep launch. So when you're doing takeoff, you go at a higher incline than other airports, and they let off the engine just a little bit, so it almost feels like it's stalling out. See if you can hear it when we go up there. It's like more of a steep incline. We're going straight up. Well, not straight up, but a pretty steep angle. Listen for the engine to kind of let off the gas a little bit. Still going. Still going. Riveting game of chess. Made a couple of bad decisions. Lost my queen. Going in hot. All right. Boom. Oh yeah, it's getting intense. pretty much done. Yep. Can't move into checkmate, or can't move into check. Residential area.
Feel free to move out the cabin. Feel free to use the lab if you need to. Of course, we do ask for yourself your seats.
Got another Coca-Cola. Now, I like the fact that they not only put it in a little fancy glass, but they also left the can. Because I'm definitely going to drink this pretty quickly. Also, good selection of movies on here. We'll find something to watch. Please proceed. And the meal has arrived. This is what we're dealing with. Of course, I got the Coca-Cola over there, and it looks like there's a little side salad here. It's got some onions, tomatoes, looks like some chickpeas, of course lettuce, radishes. Two options were either a hamburger or a vegetarian burger. So I went with a regular hamburger. That was the only two options that the stewardess said that they had, so I went with the burger. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever had a hamburger on a plane before. Now. Okay, the bun is pretty hard and crunchy. The cheese looks good though, and it smells really good. Got some mayo and mustard and ketchup. All right, time to eat and watch a movie. Pretty smooth flight so far. There was a little bit of turbulence, but I think we've kind of already gone through it for now, so knock on wood. Hopefully it's a smooth flight. All right, getting into some snow territory now. As I am heading north. Seems to be a lot more snow up this direction. At least some of those mountains down there. As the flight continues, they brought another snack out, these sun chips. Harvest cheddar sun chips. Whole grain.
A5, gate A5 should be our gate that we park at. And we should have you at the gate about at least 15 minutes ahead of our scheduled arrival time. Doing a 3:03 scheduled, we should have you at the gate by about 2:45 or 2:40. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
All service items, anything else you'd like to start, and I'm taking out the aircraft with you. If you are using the Wi-Fi, you might want to complete your internet session in the next 10 to 15 minutes. It's for those larger electronics, either the overhead compartment or underneath the seat in front of you. We keep all handheld electronics close at hand. If you like, then keep those in the airplane mode until the wheels touch the ground. Alpha 5 is the gate that will be parking at. If you're unfamiliar with the SeaTac Airport, you can look at a map on your SeaTac screen. Just go to Find Flight Lab.
Those are pretty good. turbulence. Right on the wing. I think we're about to be coming out of the cloud now. You see the rain going by really fast. Crazy view. Alright, now seeing the ground down there. Oh man, look at that. Right through heavy rain. Definitely a bumpy ride. Kind of adds to the experience. Awesome. Check it out. There's the Space Needle in downtown Seattle. That is freaking cool. Look at the Space Needle down there. The one on the far end, the far right, with the orange top. Seattle. Downtown, right over the top of it. Love this view. Oh, there's a big Ferris wheel down there. Oh, check it out. T-Mobile Park. I was here last year watching the Rays. Actually, a really nice stadium. It was a good. It was a fun series. Rays versus Mariners. Bumpy entrance. About to land. Oh my gosh. Whole plane shaking. Interesting.
Delta would like to be the first to welcome to Seattle. The local time here is 2:28. We'll be taxiing here for a few minutes. We ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened and all carry-on luggage stowed until the aircraft has been parked at the gate. The captain message off the fasten seatbelt sign, and the cabin lights are turned on. That'll be your two indications that it is safe to get up and move about. Use caution when opening those overhead bins, as items may be shifted during the course of the flight. And please be aware of bags that may fall. You may receive an email from Delta asking you to share your travel experience with us. And we do value your feedback and use your responses to continue to improve that travel experience. We've enjoyed having you on board, and we look forward to see you again soon.
just like that, I am now in Seattle. A wet and rainy and probably cold Seattle. Did it. Seattle, I'm here. Yeah, not a bad flight at all. I gotta say, probably wasn't the most room I've ever had sitting in that particular section. In fact, it seemed a little smaller than some of the other ones, but it is a smaller plane. But all in all, pretty good flight. It's also kind of unusual, like more times than not, though I fly out of one time zone into another. I go a lot of cross-country flights. So it's kind of nice to be in the same time zone as when I left earlier this morning. And yeah, because usually that does, for me, that's a little rarer than flying out of a time zone into another one. Now I have booked a rental car. Just gotta go pick it up. Hopefully on site, I don't have to leave. Because LA, you have to leave the airport and go to the rental car place. So hopefully this is on site. I don't have to take a bus off site, but I guess I'll find out. This is kind of funny. The Washington lottery system is in a little booth here called the Imagination Station. Yeah, if you have a good imagination, you can win the lottery. We also have an Africa lounge in here, right here, off to the side. All you need is a little imagination to win the lottery. And there's the sign greeting me as I walk. Oh, I passed the Space Needle on the plane. I could see it. I could see the rainy downtown as I walked in. That's kind of cool. All right, rental cars. I'm on a mission to find rental cars. I always like walking sidewalks like this, or moving sidewalks like this, because it feels like you're walking twice as fast when you walk. Oh, look at that. It's like a marionette. Oh, and there's a monkey shines monkey. Look at that thing. What the heck? Oh, what a Mickey Mouse. Okay, I'm trying to walk backwards. Look at this. The drummer Mickey Mouse and a monkey shines monkey. Weird. The rest of this whole thing. Oh, here's another something. Here's another very unique contraption. This is like something the Dreamfinder would be riding on. Speaking of imagination, turns out I was going the wrong way. I asked this gentleman in front of me, he said, I'm going the wrong way to get to the rental car. So now I'm backtracking, going right back past the monkey shines and the Mickey and the marionette. Oh, take a look at these. This is kind of what they had at John Wayne, except this is this is a lot bigger item than just the, gosh, what was the thing at John Wayne? It was just like a smaller, like a kite-like version, like a glider. Well, I guess this would be called like a glider also. And there's a regular plane over there dangling from the roof as well. Oh, and this is good. There is a little information placard here as well. The Voyager project, flying nonstop around the Earth without refueling, seemed to be an impossible dream until the volunteers of the Voyager project proved that an aircraft with lightweight composite materials can make that dream come true. That is it, right over there. And then this here looks to be the Alexander Eagle Rock combo wing from 1928 that is dangling from the roof. Right now it has all the specifications over here and some photos of what it looked like before it was put up inside the airport. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. This is like a little, it's like a Zamboni for carts. Just motoring on through the airport. That's convenient. Okay, this arrow says, go down to the rental cars. And baggage claim. I don't need baggage claim, but I do need rental cars. And I got some prehistoric tusks over here. Looks like mammoth tusks. I thought they were dinosaur bones, but they're tusks from a mammoth. Oh, and that plane's right above me. Right there. I just love traveling. It's just so much fun to like be someplace one day and then later in the day you're in a totally different spot. Okay, this answers that question. I have to take a bus, just like LAX has, over to the rental car area. Maybe I can catch it in time, but this looks like it has every single rental car. Since I fall into that category, I guess everybody else is going to be going underneath the ropes. Maybe I should too. I'm going to go around. I'm going to try to get through. It's like standing room only on here. Glad I made it on. Other people didn't. This looks familiar. I rented a car from here when I was here for those games. I seem to recall there was a monorail that went over here too. Maybe I'm thinking of a different airport. Oh no, I think that's the monorail platform over there. I think there's also a monorail that'll take you to the rental cars. Or the bus. I opted for the bus because it was just right there. Alright, I'm gonna pick up my rental car and carry on. Yeah, they're all in here. This is nice. And now going down again to the cars. This way to the cars. It's a whole process. All right, they said to walk over to this area and choose a rental car. Said I didn't want something too small because I'm tall and not super thin. Well, I'm not thin at all. I'm like tall and far from thin. So I want something that's a little bigger for leg room, but then also nothing that's too gargantuan, because if you get something too big, it's just hard to park it. So I'm opting for this one right here. This like strikes my fancy. Kind of a mid-sized. It's a Range Rover, that's what it's called. This is my car here in Seattle for my tenure, my duration, being here in Seattle. And different part of the country here. The rental cars come with an ice scraper and a brush, because if the windshield freezes, this is a nice necessity. Yeah, if you need to scrape your shoes off, you could use this, or you could even brush your mustache down or brush your hair. Probably not, it's probably for the car. But yeah, this is nice. It works better than waiting for the defrost to go. You just scrape across the window. I'll put it down here on the floorboard. Hopefully I don't need it, but you know, just in case it's there. And that's gonna do it for today. From LA to Orange County, California, and now to Seattle, Tacoma. See you in the next video. The vlog is over.